guys, Apexbulletdemon here with episode 4 of the Minecraft Let's Play. Now, as I said at the end of episode 3, I was going to try and find food because we were in a desperate need for it off camera. Well, in the end I did get killed by 4 creepers, so I have respawned with a complete food bar and am ready to go. Now, I would start constructing the house straight away in this episode, but as you can see we have a creeper problem, so that needs to be dealt with first. So we're just going to carefully engage the creeper. Don't want him exploding right in the middle of this. This would be our base for the house. And as you can see, he is no longer. Now this is where I was killed earlier, and you can see the few items that I had on me when I was killed are here. We will address that hole later in the episode or the series, but the main point of this now is to get the house constructed. Now, just going to put away the stuff we don't need. Those water buckets we won't need on us at the moment. Now what we do need is the stone and the wood we collected earlier in the series. So with those collected and ready to go, we can begin on our house. Now I've decided on this space here, not far from our shelter, and we're going to go 8 by 8 for the sake of a bit more space. And as you can see, it's always a good idea to get a nice stone foundation in first. Digging out the foundation is a bit of a tedious job, but of course in the event of a creeper or anything like that exploding, you're going to lose less of your building if it hasn't got a stone base, is what I mentioned to say. Hasn't got a sand base. If it has a stone base it will explode, but you are likely to lose a little bit less of it because it's a stronger block than sand. I have personally seen 2 creepers pretty much destroy an entire sand house, so sandstone would be something I could use, and I am considering it, but that won't be in this episode. That will be in a later episode for a possible expansion to the house or decoration to the house. This episode will just cover the house construction and moving the basic items across from the shelter to the house, and of course then starting to establish ourselves a little bit better than we had done in the shelter earlier in the series. You know, struggling for food, the water source wasn't going too well, that still has to be brought across. I am doing that off camera. You guys have seen enough of that string, I'm sure, from episode 2, so that's still being worked on. Oh, what I don't want is that stone block there. Now as you can see, we then have that. Now with that base built, what we can then do is begin our flooring. Now I'm just using the basic stone and wood here because all we could get our hands on for the quickness, but obviously later we may change that. Now what I am going to do is in the 4 corners keep the stone theme to separate the walls a little bit. As I did mention, we will need to get some glass together, and we will need a door. which is going to go right about there. Just mapping out the basic walls of the out of the house where things are going to be sitting. Oh, and that wood block is not going to be sitting there. Going to have back window, actually decided on that being 4 blocks across, taking up the rest of that wall there, and these side windows being the shorter windows. There'll be no front window on this. What I'm actually going to do is put together double doors for entrance. Now, as you can see, we are a little bit short on resources for the building itself, so we need to check our charcoal, which we haven't got a lot of, so we need to go and collect some more raw wood, which isn't hard, but the amount of trees that we have at our disposal here. Quickly chopping these trees down as quick as I can to shorten the amount of the episode that is just me chopping trees down. I know that can get a bit repetitive. Maybe another thing that in future is off camera. Haven't decided yet. Now we've collected a bit more wood there. Gonna get a bit more wood together to burn with. And that's our wood to burn to make the charcoal. There, as you've seen before. Pretty simple process of putting the wood in the furnaces. Now I will resume the video for you guys as soon as this charcoal is ready. Welcome back, guys, and this is the charcoal ready, prepared for what we need, and we can then go about taking some sand out and getting some glass constructed for our house. So we'll get those in the furnaces, and we can continue with the walls for a little bit. Now we have a little bit more wood as well. Can bring the walls up to the next level. And we can get the doors ready for the house too, which is another important feature, of course, to stop any old creatures wandering in. There's our doors, and we can go and place those and we have night time around. We need to shut the shelter off, and this gives us an opportunity to collect some bones for that bone meal earlier on in the series that I was talking about, to speed up the process of our crops a little bit. 2 bones, that's 6 lots of bone meal, but we do have a lot more enemies wandering around. Always good to be very cautious. Don't want to engage too many enemies at once. As you can see, we do have very low health. I would have to strategize with a surprise attack like that. Right, that allows us to get our much needed bone meal and some arrows and a spider eye used so they'll be used later in the Let's Play. Now as you can see, we do have some glass. Now I like to use glass pane when doing my windows on buildings, so as you'll see me there put together some glass panes, and the spare glass can be placed away for now. We'll sleep whilst the creatures are out in the night, and now we have daylight again. As you can see, there is a large amount of creatures out, unusual. Hopefully we won't get caught out by a wandering creeper. Now that's the windows placed in. Now the thing with those creepers is if they blow up the house now, we are not in a good situation, but we can use the bone meal obtained earlier to get some crops together. Hugely important. That allows us to also expand the length of our crop garden. Now we have those and the basic house set up, we will continue to build the house in episode 5, and we will continue to mine in episode 5, so I will see you guys for episode 5. Apexbulletdemon out.